Okay, this is the video walkthrough to commemorate lots and lots and lots of photo album creation. Lots of writing. I have carpal tunnel now, I think. This is where we start. So Austeja is going to come in here and read this sign, and her journey back to our house is going to begin. Hi. This is going to be the video walkthrough. Okay. So, that says Austeja, pradėk čia. That's Lithuanian for Austeja, start here. And that's a smiley face. This is gonna be the bag where she puts all the stuff in as she goes through this journey. All right, so going from the first floor up to the second floor, what do you see? Oh my goodness. So this is our story, and this is telling our story one flight of stairs at a time, starting when we met in Istanbul. So to maybe get the camera a little closer, you can see one of the best pictures of us ever. Some less incredible pictures. There's a really special photo of Chris Beatty. Incredible picture of Austeja and Anna. And then on up the stairwell, Austeja made this PowerPoint of me and her telling our story when we had dated. And so these are the PowerPoint slides. One thing to know, everybody who's listening to this video probably knows that Austeja hates using paper. So I've donated to the National Forest Foundation to actually plant a lot of trees to make up for any paper that I've used today. So on every floor is going to be a letter like this one, and a gift like what's in the bottle there, or what's in the, oh, spoiler alert, what's in the wrapping there. That's a bottle of Efes. That's gift number one. Okay, so this is where we started our story, and now we're going to go up to the next floor. This is the third floor in our building. This is the first time we were together, and they gave long distance one hail of a shot, and yes, we did. So here you can see all kinds of photos from the first time we were together. Ugly Christmas sweater party, me looking really weird, me looking really weird again. Notice a common theme. Austeja sitting on a tractor at my house in Tennessee. I convinced her to come to Tennessee. It's pretty special. And then this is the continuation of that PowerPoint. So she made a second one to continue the story. And here, you see another envelope, another box. So one of the things that was a hallmark of the first time that Austeja and I were together, we gave one another these incredibly special gifts. So under that box is a sunflower to represent all of the the memories that we created with one another and left behind, even though we weren't necessarily still together. And so it ties back to this sunflower painting that I did for her. And there's, oh man, before I leave this flows, we built a fort together at her house in Madison. So a lot of incredibly special times together, but it was not to be, not yet at least. So we had to do our own thing. We went into the wilderness. So at some point, two independent people decided to do their own things for a while, about 6 years to be precise. And so you can see a ton of photos here of Austeja's life in Australia and my life bouncing between Baltimore and Boston and San Francisco, back to Baltimore, back to Boston. And then a couple of photos here. Megan Reynolds, if you're listening to this, those are the pancakes. And that was that photo right there of me and Austeja is the last time that we saw one another before she got off the plane in New York, moving home from Australia. So in this package here is a bottle of white wine, a bottle of Chardonnay. It's a bottle of Petaluma from Australia. This is her favorite Chardonnay in the world, or at least that's what she said to me at one point. So PJ, Natalie, if you guys are hearing this, thank you for smuggling this into the US. You guys are incredible, Natalie, especially you. And now here we are. So our neighbors are not entering the stairwell today. This is going to be the hallway for Andre and Elizabeth, two of our neighbors upstairs. I'm making a video, guys, don't mind me. So I'm walking through the hallway, and now we're gonna enter. This is literally somebody else's apartment. They're very nice people because they're letting us use it all day. So we enter the stairwell on the opposite side. So there's 6 total rooms. This is the 4th of 6 rooms, and this is tells the story of how the universe brought us back together. And so for a lot of reasons that are super personal, so Austeja was ready to move back to the States, partially because she wanted to be close to her family. So you can see there's some of the family that's no longer with us, so Bobita, but then a lot of people who are. So there's Gadaminas, Labas, Veas, Vacadas, and eventually Basara, Basarita, Labas. And then some of my family too. I'm gonna spare everyone the details. This is like a super personal story. People who know the story will know why. People who don't know the story, you can ask. But similarly, the actual note here and what's in that package, very, very personal to both Austeja and me, or maybe especially to me. And this floor here tells the story of how, in some weird way, as I say in the note that I've written on this floor, our family kind of brought us into this world, but sort of surprisingly, they actually brought us back together. And I'm gonna head on down now. So May 29th is when we talked again for the first time, and then eventually she made her way back to the United States of America. So she said, "Let's do it." Those are the famous words that she said. And as it says here on the sign, we jumped in head first. So that's kind of how we do things. We met in Istanbul, struck up a long distance relationship, stayed in touch kind of against all odds, and then moved in together the first day that she actually made it to Boston. And the rest is kind of history, or has been so far. So these are photos from our time in Bolivia. There's a really special picture there. And it's hard to see what it says. We wrote on this table, where a bunch of other people had written as well. We wrote, "Follow your gut," because that's what we do, and that's why we're here. So, and here in the package on this, the 5th floor, it's an album. So she asked me one day, name 3 songs that make you think of me? And so I asked her to do the same thing. And we ultimately made a Spotify playlist out of those 6 songs. And now, like any good millennial, we now have a vinyl record actually to commemorate. It's pretty cool, pretty special. And you should ask her to see a picture of it. But you can buy that and literally anything else you can think of on Etsy. All right, last floor here, 6 of 6. So we're going down. So here we are. So this is sort of transitioning from we moved in together and got back together to we're actually doing life together. So 10 years later. So we met June 4th, 2010. So we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of us meeting earlier this year, which is totally crazy to think. So Austeja, when you hear this, when you watch this, hear this, you have absolutely changed my life forever, and I cannot wait to be by your side for as long as you and I are both on this earth together, and just keep doing life with you. And so this is a lot of pictures. So I don't know if you guys know this, but so Austeja, when she eats pizza, it's very strange. So she takes a bite of the front part of the pizza, and she takes a bite of the side of the pizza. So Austeja, I took a picture of this pizza to really embody what it means to love someone. Because if I can put up with somebody doing that to my pizza, this is my slice of pizza, not hers. She just did this without asking. And in a weird way, I loved her a little bit more. When she did it. So a few more fun photo moments here. This is Austeja peeing off the back of a boat. That's kind of why she's smiling like she is. This is when she ripped a pair of pants, literally the first time she wore them. This is Austeja and my mom. So Mom, if you're listening to this, we were really happy to host you for 3 months. It was great having some time with you. Austeja, when you're listening to this, you're a saint. You lived with your mother-in-law for 3 months. in pretty close quarters. Love you both. And so here are a few photos of our doggo. There's so we have a dog, we have a house, we have a car. We have, and as I said in the note, contractors and washer and dryer and all of these really ordinary things, a rug that has lots of dog hair and probably some dog pee in it. And life just could not be more special. So we haven't put the last package out yet. It's gonna be pasta because the gist of what we're doing here, I'm gonna turn the camera around. So hopefully we'll see how this turns out. But the gist of this whole story that I'm telling, the circumstances that brought us together, that brought Austeja and me together, are totally incredible. And there's all of this. It actually is like a movie, or it's like a sitcom or something. But I want to spend the rest of my life with her because of all the ordinary stuff too. And so tonight, Austeja, when you see this, you'll know already. I have a very ordinary date night in, kind of the most ordinary, but hopefully perfect date night in together. Because in some way, that's what life's all about. You get some of these really special days, but 99% of the time, it's just ordinary stuff. And you gotta love the person you're with, and you gotta make the most of it. So Austeja, I love you, and can't wait to see you in a bit when you actually walk through this door, that door, and into our little home. So I'm gonna take that step here. So, and this brings us to the end of our tour, and when you walk through this door, I will have proposed to you. I'm not gonna ask you to marry me, because we all know how you feel about marriage. I'm just gonna ask you to be my life partner. All right, Austeja, I love you. Cannot say that enough. So excited to see you tonight.